everyone, it's Sharonda from Payorwait, and today I'm going to be reviewing and recapping Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3, Episode 9, A Last Gift. And what the hell is the last gift that Sax left for everyone? He just said, you know what, I'm dead, so I'm just going to leave everybody in shambles, okay? He said, I am going to haunt y'all from my grave, when really you should have had that smoke for Jenny, but we're going to get into that a little bit later, all right? So this was a hell of an episode. Like, if this is the second to last episode, like, this made me feel like Game of Thrones level of episodes, okay? Where you just have all these surprises, and I was like, I know that ain't who I think it is. I just didn't see it coming. I'm sorry. I didn't. So, let me just sigh, because I just got myself excited. I felt like I was going to have an asthma attack. But, so the episode opens up because we know from 2 weeks ago, from the last episode where we saw Davis's brother kill Sax, which I know that I have been somebody that has advocated for Sax's death for quite some time. I still don't like how Sax went out. Like, Sax needed to die. Let's be clear. He needed to die, all right? But I just didn't like how he went out. I feel like they could have gave my man a better homegoing than that, but it is what it is. So they're trying to figure out what information does Sax have, what information has he given to the feds to have this RICO investigation. So we see that Tariq is at the office. He's in Sax's office trying to figure out, like, what information does Sax have? You know, how can this implicate everybody so they can stop the RICO investigation? Kane is headed to the office because Davis isn't answering his phone, which they don't know what happened, but he's trying to figure out, like, how they're going to get Effie out of jail at this point. Because anybody know Effie, she going to snitch on all of y'all. She ain't loyal to nobody. No matter how good the peen is, she is not going to be loyal. So obviously, they're trying to get her out. They're more worried about Effie being in there than Diana. So we see that Kane confronts Tariq, and Tariq thinks that Kane thinks that Tariq set Effie up. Because, of course, Kane just always has had this issue with Tariq since the episode 1. Like, he just don't like Tariq. So, of course, he's going to assume that Tariq has something to do with this. So, now Kane didn't have to say that Tariq was, he always tried to act like T'Challa. But I was like, but you are just like your daddy, like, getting into it with somebody over a woman, like, effing all this stuff up over a woman that was gonna snitch on you anyway, okay? I still don't believe that Lauren isn't gonna snitch on Tariq, so the fact that he's going this hard for Lauren, I just don't even understand it to begin with, okay? So, Tariq did call Kane out, which, yes, like, he was like, why you so obsessed with me? He didn't say that, but he was like, you've been obsessed with me since day one. Clearly, you trying to go for my sloppy seconds by messing with Effie because you just wanted to be a little bit closer to me. So then they end up fighting, and really Kane just beating the brakes off of Tariq. But thank goodness that Davis walks in before Tariq was trying to, Kane been trying to kill Tariq for quite some time. So he was ready. And I was like, Tariq, you talking all this smack and you can't even fight? Like, can we really talk about how Tariq can't fight? Like, yeah, he be murking people, but you still can't fight. And I'm just really confused. Like, instead of you going about that little Porsche that 2-Bit took, we're going to get into that later as well, you need to be signing up for, like, some karate, some type of self-defense classes. Because I'm just like, all you know how to do is shoot people, but you was still getting your behind whooped by Kane. I just haven't made sense for me. If you're going to be talking all that smack, like, you need to back it up with your hands, okay? So we see that Davis breaks it up, Kane leaves, and Tariq tells Davis that he found this police report. And so he shows him, like, it's the report that the Whitman file that Monet got from Whitman. And basically it showcases kind of Monet's connection to try to cover all of this stuff up. So they're trying to figure out, like, what are they going to do? How are they going to handle all of this? So they got their own set of problems. But we see that, actually, I'm going to come back to Tariq, okay? I'm going to come back to Tariq because there's some other things that happen, but I feel like we need to talk to other people, and I actually feel like we need to end on Tariq at this point. So, yeah. Pause that. We're going to go back to some other people. So, let's go ahead and talk about Effie. Effie is being interrogated by Blanca and Jenny, who they be doing too much. Like, they are the people, and I know I'm going to go to hell for this, but they are the people that be, like, giving women a bad name when they be saying that women be too emotional. Because sometimes I feel like their own vendetta against St. Patrick and, like, their whole family, it clouds their judgment on certain things. And I don't know why they would think that Effie would flip. Or sometimes I just don't think they even go about things the right way in the first place. So they're trying all these intimidation tactics, and Effie's just like, hey, go ahead and get my lawyer, because, like, I'm not going to talk to y'all. So we see that Davis ends up coming in later in the episode to see Effie, but Effie refuses his counsel, and I'm like, rightfully so, because, like, you sit up here talking about, oh, I can get you a plea deal. Beesh, like, don't we pay you to keep people out of jail from who have committed crimes, who've had the cards stacked against them, and you sitting up here talking about a plea deal? No, son, I ain't serving no time. So she said that she has her own lawyer, which I'm really interested to see who this lawyer actually is. I'm still holding on to my conspiracy theory about her connection with Noma. I don't know, but we're going to figure out what's going to happen. But we see that Kane comes up with this idea to act like he's her attorney, so he could talk to her. And he did look good. I ain't gonna lie. Kane looked good with the glasses and his suit. I was like, okay. But she ends up telling him no, like, I don't need your help. I don't need nobody, which Effie's just always been hard-headed, but she's grown up by herself, been abandoned by a lot of people, so I can understand how she would have the viewpoint that she has. But then when she's like, did Tariq? And then she's like, never mind. I'm like, clearly, like, you're still caught up over this boy. So I know it couldn't have been that good, Effie. Stand up, Effie. You in jail fighting for your life and you still asking about Tariq, girl? Why? So we see that they later end up asking her to flip. He asked her to flip on Tariq. She tells him no. Basically, she ain't no snitch, and it's more of a principle thing for her than necessarily trying to get back. But I was just like, girl, you was trying to blow up course correct a couple of episodes ago, and now you acting like you above snitching on Tariq. But whatever, snitches get stitches anyway, so it is what it is. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with Effie, but I still want to see if there's like a Noma connection. So maybe she was like a plant. I don't know. I'm still holding on to that. Just let me have my moment, okay? I'm probably wrong, but it is what it is. Let's talk about Raggedy Jenny. So Jenny's sitting up here. They get the call about sex. She cried these crocodile tears. I'm so sad because I'm the reason he's dead. Weren't you just talking smack a couple of episodes ago, Jenny? Weren't you willing to put his life at risk when you know the people who have died trying to take out the St. Patrick's, but you did not care? So I said, you know what, honey, save these crocodile tears for somebody who gives a damn, all right? Because if I was Sax, I would have haunted you from the grave. From the grave. Okay, until you die, I will haunt you every single day. I had no sympathy for Jenny, like her, and like I loved him. Like, girl, shut up. So Blanca was cracking me up though. Blanca and Davis and Jenny, they all got into it because, you know, Jenny's upset about Stacks, and Blanca just like, this dumb dude. Like, how he gonna sit up here and get killed now? But they going off on Davis. Davis went off on them like, hey, do what y'all want to do, because I'm finna sue y'all if y'all keep talking to me. Because I'm like, do y'all forget he just lost his brother too, so like, chill out. But I can see how they can think that Davis had something to do with him telling his brother to take off sex. I get it. It's fine. But when Blanca was sitting up there talking smack about, like, when she was talking smack about sex, I said, damn, Blanca, like, my man's not even in the grave. Like, she just had to ID the body. Why are you talking smack right now? Even her boss was like, hey, girl, like, chill out. Chill, girl. Like, read the room, because you're not reading right now. This is not the time, all right? So we see that Sax ends up sending everybody a letter, child, okay? He sent everybody a letter, just being his grimy, messy self. So if y'all sitting up here thinking that I'm finna have some sympathy for Sax, I'm just gonna be like, he had it coming, okay? Period. I don't care, because you see all this mess he done started this episode because of these damn Dear John letters, okay? So he sends a letter to Jenny, and this is what made me so upset. He sends a letter to Jenny like, I know you love me, and I wanted to start a family with you, and all this. I said, it's not your fault I'm dead. Yes, it is. Now, it's your fault too why you dead. But she has everything to do with it as well, because she knew what was going to happen. So I was just really confused about all of this. But I was just like, why would you absolve her from anything? Like, she was really talking like smack to you, lied to you multiple times. Like, I have no sympathy. And I'm just like, Sax, you being ridiculous. I don't know how you sit up here being like crazy from the grave, but it's just too much. But on top of that, Sax sent letters to Monet. He sent some to 2-Bit. I said, where the hell 2-Bit come from? It was really crazy. Like, he had a lot going on. But he told Jenny to drop things because like you see where it led for me. Like I'm dead. So she says I'm not gonna drop it. I'm gonna like get all of them. And so then they get this phone call from Lucas. So Westing's Holdings, they're doing a whole Ponzi scheme, and RSJ got his money back, but I think he made them give Tariq his money back. It's a whole crazy thing. They've been scheming. That's what they do. Whatever. So I guess Rashad, when he was asking, or more so extorting Tariq for more money to donate to his campaign because he's still behind in the polls and he wants to secure a win. He ends up telling his boo thing about Weston Holdings, that he thinks there's something there. So they get the SEC involved. They do a raid. And so now everybody's in trouble. So Lucas dips. They don't know where he at, where to be found. So he leaves, and then he ends up calling them, and he talks to Medina, Blanca, and Jenny, and basically says that he can talk about the criminal organization. He told them look into Crash Coin, like all these things. And now that I just realized, why y'all tying it so close to Course Correct, Crash Coin? I don't know. It just felt like it was too similar for me. But it is what it is. So he a snitch, and we knew he was going to snitch. And that's why I'm happy that Tariq got on Brayden, because Brayden this entire time has been trying to be a goody two-shoes, but then you want to be hood. You got to pick one. Like, I'm glad that Tariq told him you cannot tiptoe the line and go back and forth on what you want to do. And we see that that's what happened with Tariq. When he started being a bad little kid, he was hanging out with Kanan, and, they were just like, you can't be this, like, smart kid and then try to be, like, a dope boy or whatever. Like, it just don't work that way. You're going to have to make a choice. And that's what Tariq is telling Brayden. You have to make a choice. And basically, you say you about the family, then you need to be about the family. You have to kill your uncle, Lucas, because he going to snitch on all of us because he don't care about nobody. So Brayden is sitting up here. First of all, Brayden got in the hospital because Kane hit him with the car, which I was like, Brayden, why did you stand there? You see a car speeding towards you. See, this how I know your white side is still too deep within you, because if my black ass saw a car coming towards me, I'm running. I'm ducking. I'm getting out of the way. Then he like, Kane, you. Brayden just really lacks like common sense sometimes. He's very smart, but he lacks common sense, because that doesn't make no sense why you stood in front of a car like that. So Brayden ends up in a hospital. Tariq curses him out while he in a hospital. He like, can I get a day off? No, ho, you don't get no days off in a criminal organization. You don't get no vacation. It ain't no PTO. You about this 24/7. Ugh. So he go to Kiki. Do you love me? I couldn't help it. He go to Kiki, and every time I heard these white people say, Kiki, where is Lucas? Kiki, it was just too much for me. It still sends me over the deep end. But Kiki was trying to, like, not be in it because she doesn't want to be implicated. She doesn't want to embarrass her parents. And so he asks her for Lucas's location. And so Brayden goes to try to talk to Lucas. And he's like, I don't care about your ghetto friends. And I was just like, kill Lucas right now, please and thank you. It looked like Tariq was about to go do it, or I guess he was having someone watch Brayden to ensure he did what he was supposed to do. But before they can get to any of that, before Tariq can even get into the building, Brayden gets upset. He pushes his uncle. His uncle falls over the roof and falls to his death. So I don't know what's going to happen with that at this point. It looks like Blanca and them keep running out of witnesses who can testify against the Tejadas and the St. Patrick's. So that's pretty much what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how this is going to change him, because, Brayden told Tariq, I don't want to be like you. I do not want to be somebody that will kill their own father. And Tariq was like, hey, you shut up. I mean, he ain't lying, Tariq. I mean, you killed your daddy. Like, I know your daddy want itch, but, like, I thought it was a bit much. So I'm very interested to see how this is going, like, how is it going to deal with Brayden actually having a body now, and the fact that it was his uncle, especially his dad was willing to, his dad got arrested. He was willing to take the fall for everybody, to save his brother, to save his family. So I think it'd be really interesting to see how this is going to change him now that he's kind of, he's responsible for this death, and a close death at that. So let's go ahead and talk about the Tejadas real quick before we loop back into Tariq. So Kane ends up, he's trying to figure out, like, he knows that Lauren's alive now. He's trying to figure out who knew. Brayden was able to, come to the conclusion that Tariq knew that she was alive. So I wonder what's going to happen once Kane kind of comes to that same conclusion. But in the meantime, we see that, you know, a lot is happening with Monet and her kids. So Monet ends up getting a letter from Saxe basically saying that Tariq's been talking to the feds. I'm assuming that this is the last play that he had to try to save himself or basically get back at Tariq, you know, at the event of his death. So he sends this to Monet, and I just thought it was really weird that Monet would really believe it, but she kind of didn't. But Diana was so quick to fall for it. And I really hate what they've done with Diana. Like, it'd be some moments this season where I just kind of felt like, oh, okay, like, they finally figuring out what to do with her. But overall, I think that the writers are still lost on how to handle Diana's character. And sometimes I just think that she does stuff that's just a little off to me. And I like LaToya that plays her, and I want them to give her more to do. But this whole interaction of Diana then going to, like, believing it and going to Tariq and trying to ask him these questions, and then she finds the file. So I guess because she found the file and gave that to Monet, which is why Monet, who had previously had an interaction with Tommy, told Tommy where to find Tasha, and that's what got them into that whole thing. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So we see that Evelyn confronts Monet, and basically she is like, where's my son? Because I saw this video with Drew. Like, it's clear that he's confessing to, like, you know, giving up his love or whatnot. Like, I know there's something to do with this, but Kane comes in, so Evelyn leaves, and basically they come up with the plan that, you know, they got to take out all of Evelyn and her children. So they start doing some chemical warfare stuff. I thought they were just going to shoot them or something, but, like, they in there, they lock them into the restaurant. They put these tubes in. They basically release a chemical that kills them, but they go in to make sure that they're, you know, that they did. But when that happens, Drew sees Evelyn, and she basically tells him that, you know, Monet has something to do with your father's death. When Kane asks what she said, he doesn't say anything. So after Diana gets the information that she got, and Drew's kind of piecing what Evelyn told him, they figure out that Monet has something to do with Lorenzo's death, that Lorenzo has something to do with Zeke's death, and Kane kind of confirms all of it because he was the only other person that knew what was going on. So they go to confront Monet, and this whole thing sent me because I was like, first of all, Drew, why are you holding Diana back? Because when I say they was cursing Monet out, and I said, I know y'all not cursing at y'all mama like that. Like, I know she killed y'all daddy, but I know you're not cursing at Monet crazy behind like that. So they going off on her, and but Monet was spitting facts about Lorenzo. Like, Lorenzo has you selling dope to help to protect him because he didn't feel like selling the extra weight because he didn't want to say what happened with Zeke. He got Drew jumped. Like, who has their child jumped? Like, got his ass beat, okay? And then, like, he watched her more knowing what happened, and then he just randomly decides, like, oh yeah, hey girl, by the way, I know you've been, like, tripping, and he like let all these people get killed because he didn't want to be a man to take responsibility. Monet is still wrong, but she was spitting nothing but facts about Lorenzo. Like, he wasn't no saint, all right? He wasn't no saint. Probably wasn't the time and place, but she did have a couple of points. But when Diana started going, she was like, no, you shut the F up. And then Drew tried to hold her back. I was like, let her go. Let her go, Drew. Drew was like, Monet was like, no, let her go. She's been the brakes off for Diana. I said, let her go, Drew. I want to see this. But then she ended up hitting Drew. She's like, don't you ever put your hands on me. The whole thing to me. She's like, I don't need y'all. So I don't know what's going to happen. We see in the previews for next week that she's going to talk to Noma. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I couldn't wait to see what happened when the kids found out what happened with Monet having their father killed. So yeah, that was really fun. Because Diana was waiting to get that off her chest. She was waiting to get that off her chest. That's like the last time when I decided that I was too old to get whoopings, and my mama came in with that belt, and I was like, I'm better than this. I snatched that belt, and then I saw the belt. I was like, oh, I'm finna die. I had to go run out in the street because we live in a neighborhood with white people. I was like, I gotta run outside because she finna kill me because I snatched this belt. Oh, I felt that, Diana. You better tell her you a woman, girl. And then that's when my mama, when I came back inside, she's like, oh, you think you a woman now? Okay, I'm finna beat you like a woman. Okay, she like DDT'd me too, y'all. If y'all watch wrestling, y'all, she like DDT'd me to the ground when I got inside. That's a whole different story for a different day. But I felt Diana. I said, stand with your chest, Diana. I felt that. But y'all see I'm still alive, so I made it through the ass whooping. But I wouldn't try it again, okay? I wouldn't be out there telling y'all to snatch belts and be telling your mama to shut the F up. I wouldn't be telling y'all to do that, all right? So, okay, back to Tariq. So Tariq's trying to figure out how they're going to buy more time with Obi. And then basically Obi ends up telling them that, hey, you know, Noma's getting me green cards for my family from Nigeria. Like, if you want more time, give me the green card. So that's why he goes to Rashad to get the green cards. That's how we get into the whole West Intelligence SEC stuff. So he gets more time, but I think it's weird that they know everything about them and that they wouldn't know that there's a RICO about to happen. It just feels weird that with the connection that Noma's has, that they wouldn't know that that was going on right now. So I thought it was a little bit weird, but I guess it is what it is. So, I went through the connection. Okay. 2-Bit pops up out of nowhere. Okay. I said, 2-Bit, where you been? Cause you know, we thought 2-Bit was going to show up in force, but he pops up cause you know, he was framing, he wanted that 100,000 from Tariq for getting rid of the body, all of that stuff. And so basically he ends up taking his car. He took his Porsche and gave him his little New York car. And basically he said like, he knows where Tasha is cause Sack sent the note. So I guess Sack sent the note to all of the enemies. So yeah. So this makes him call Tamika and be like, hey, my family's in danger. And I'm happy that Tariq knew like they were going to drag their feet on this. So he went, after Tamika agreed to send some people, he still was sitting out like outside the house, like, you know, making sure that they were okay. And then Yasmin's and I was like, oh my goodness, that's so cute. But then I see this car pull up, but I said, hold on. That car, like, it don't look like that car. But then when the person got out and I saw how they were walking, I said, dang, that person walked just like Tommy be walking. And then when he shot the people with the silencer, I said, dang, did they get like a bootleg Tommy looking person to come? But then when he came in the house, I was like, it's Tommy! I was so excited. But then I was like, ooh, Tommy don't like y'all. He's definitely been trying to kill y'all. So he pulls the gun on Tasha, but then Tariq jump in, and then they like got the guns pointing at each other. Like, Tasha's like, no, because we are a family. But then they was like, F the family F my husband. That ain't what they said, but you know, I'm just trying to set the stage for y'all for what was going on. So they got the guns on each other, but then before he was like, Uncle Tommy, I will put a bullet up in you. And I was like, I mean, he killed his daddy, so I think that's like fair for him to say that, and for you should believe it. But you know, Tommy ain't scared of nobody. So before they can like shoot, like a police officer come in, Tommy shoot the officer, then somebody hit him over the head. I think it was Tasha. Then he wakes up, he in a hospital. Tamika, she still got a good wig. And then I was like, I think that Tommy took your mama, which that's confirmed by Tamika. And I think Tasha knocked him out and probably told him, take me instead. Or it could have been 2-Bit too. I don't know. But, you know, I like to have conspiracy theories going on. But yeah. And then it goes off. And I was just like, now that's a hell of an episode. Because I did not have on my bingo card Tommy showing up of all people. And this is once again, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of my dissertation, why Sax deserved what he got. He had it coming. So if any of y'all thought that I was going to sit up here and be sad about Sax going, good riddance, goodbye. All right? I don't care. Because you see all this mess he done started now. Monet was the one who told Tommy where to find them. So now she's just going to make enemies out of everybody. But Monet the only one that's okay, because, I mean, Diana finding that file, like, made it look like Tariq was trying to get leverage and pin something, you know, on Monet and maybe let her take the rap instead of him. So I'm going to let that slide. I'm very interested to see how this is going to play out. Interested to see the meeting between Noma and Monet. I do feel like Noma should have appeared a lot sooner. Like, I understand they're going to be like, she's like Lobos, he was there all the time, but I don't know. I wanted more of Noma this season. Hopefully we get more of her in this next episode, but more of her in the next season. But this is a damn good episode, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied so far. I can't wait to see I don't know how you top this. Like, just what a time to be alive in the Power universe. This is just great. Now I see why y'all was so excited about it leaking. I was like, damn, these were some whoo, if it was ever an episode to leak, that was a pretty damn good episode. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below, what did you think about this week's episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? How do you feel about seeing Tommy and Two-Bit, and seeing Big Mama and Tasha and Yasmin? How did y'all feel about all of this? Because we like got all our little power family back. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. But those are my thoughts on Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3, Episode 9, A Last Gift. As always, my name is Sharonda from Payorwait. And if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit the notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. And until I see you again, bye.